What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video, and this video is going to be about two stocks that I own and some big news about those. So let's get into it. The first one is going to be about Corsair. So if you guys don't know what Corsair is, it's a gaming company. They make PCs and all kinds of peripherals for gaming. They actually own Scuf and Elgato. If you guys are familiar with those brands, they've really started to pop off in the last couple years, it seems like. But Corsair is partnering with a company called Elamon. So Elamon is a company that works in the crypto space kind of, but also creates games online, like Idle RPG is what they're calling it. So just like a role-playing game. It seems like the big idea of the game is to just be about collecting things and going through, and like the more you grind, the more you get from it. So they have their own tokens. They're called Elmon tokens, and this Elamon is all ran on the Binance Smart Chain, so there will be smart contracts and all of that once everything's flushed out. But it seems really, really interesting, and it seems like both parties will benefit pretty heavily from this because Corsair has more of a traditional background in like building out games, so they can help Elamon in that sense. But it seems like Elamon has a much better grasp on NFTs and crypto and like the metaverse world. So it's really interesting and intriguing to see Corsair getting into that side as an investor, especially as someone who thinks that's where like the world is going, is in the metaverse and with crypto, and I think those things are only starting to get bigger. So seeing Corsair starting to get involved in that is a big green flag in my eyes. If you've been on Twitter, can't escape those red flags in the past like week or so. But essentially, Corsair and Elamon are partnering up to make a RPG game online, which you can win like NFT or just real money-based incentives. I know like right now they're doing some giveaways just to build hype around the project. Right now there's not too many details, so I'm not sure like when it will go live or when it really seems to be coming, but there are a ton of people working on this project. It looks like Elamon has got a ton of investors, Corsair being the biggest one. But like I said, I'm hyped for that, so we'll see where it goes. And then the next big news we have is about Tattooed Chef. So Tattooed Chef is another stock I own. They're a plant-based food company. They make like plant-based pizzas and like burrito bowls and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to get out of like the just frozen foods and kind of expand into snacks, and the latest thing is like candy bars. So they bought a company called Belmont Confections, and Belmont Confections already has a facility in which Tattooed Chef is going to use, and it's already flushed out with employees. So there's not really too much that Tattooed Chef has to do to get that place up and started running, which is awesome. They spent about $18 million on it, and Sam Galletti, the CEO of Tattooed Chef, said that he thinks that $18 million facility will be able to get them $100 million in revenue within the next 2 to 3 years. So that's another really big thing. I think it's really big that we're seeing Tattooed Chef develop more SKUs and get away from like frozen foods. Not that like frozen foods are bad, but they definitely limit you. Having items where you can be like in gas stations and just be in shelves kind of all over the store versus just being in the frozen section, I think is really big. So both of these things are really, really big news for both of these stocks that I own, and just making me more bullish on both of these cases. Today they were getting beat up pretty heavily, so I actually picked up a couple more shares today. I've been picking them up all week. Starting to run a little low on cash. I need to go deposit some in the bank, but yeah, I'm bullish on these two unless anything changes. So let me know your guys' opinion down below. I know these stocks are pretty heavily talked about here on YouTube, especially due to Financial Education Jeremy's channel. But I heavily believe in both of these stocks, and I'm definitely going to be holding on to them for the next 3 to 5 years, like I said, unless something really influential happens in either one of the companies that kind of scares me off. So for now, we're hodling. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Have a good one.